Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to another Wild Eye Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about Evil Nun. But before I get into my review, I wanted to take the time to thank Wild Eye for sending me the screener to review for you guys. They have an awesome company. They are definitely where it's at with independent horror. I'm going to put the links to their YouTube channel and their official website in the description box below. Definitely check them out. Okay, Evil Nun is a 2018 film which runs approximately 85 minutes, and it is an anthology. So you guys know what that means. I'm going to be breaking this down part by part and then giving an overall grade on what I think the anthology deserves. Except for there's one problem. I couldn't find any information about this whatsoever on IMDb. After typing in a whole bunch of things, I finally learned what a different name for Evil Nun actually is. It's called After Midnight. Okay, here's the next problem. I don't speak Italian. So unless the segments were titled in English, I'm also not going to be able to tell you the names of most of the segments on this anthology. But I did write down some stuff. So let's see what we got. Okay, we start out with segment number 1. This was actually one of my favorite segments. I have no idea what it's called because, like I said, I don't speak Italian rather. But this is about a YouTube vlogger, and I thought that this kind of hit home for me, and it was actually an idea I had for a film. So, oh boy, yeah. This is about a YouTube vlogger who has been getting a lot of trolls and a lot of hate and a lot of nasty comments. We've all gotten those. And she's making a video talking about how she's deleting people who are nasty with her and so on and so forth. And she gets murdered. That's all I can say. I gave this segment an 8. It was done extremely well. Now, this entire anthology, you have to keep in mind, is in Italian. It does have subtitles, but if subtitles aren't your thing, you might want to skip this one. Okay, segment 2 has an American name. It's called Taste of Survival. Now this is about zombies in a post-apocalyptic world, and there are a few survivors who are trying to get away from the zombies. That's about all I can say about it. I gave this one a 6. It's done in a sepia tone, and I wasn't really all that fond of it. I didn't think the twist was, I don't know, I just didn't like it that much. Off to segment 3. Segment 3 is called Nyctophobia, which I actually had to look up, and it's the fear of night and dark. Now this one is about a man in an apartment who is being terrorized by ghosts and demons. I actually really liked this. This had really high quality. I gave this one a 7.5. Segment 4 was in Italian, so I have no idea what the name is, but it is about a man and woman kind of in purgatory after a car accident where they killed someone. I kind of liked it. I gave this one a 7. It had a pretty decent story. Segment 5 is where I guess the Evil Nun comes in. That's not what it's called, I don't believe, because it was in Italian. But this is kind of where the Evil Nun comes in. A man tells a priest that he is being tormented by an evil nun or a demon. That's basically the story. I actually thought this one was a lot of fun, and I gave it an 8. Okay, segment 6 is called Escape from Madness. I gave this one a 7. You can basically just picture Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but an Italian version of it. I liked the mask. I thought that it was done extremely well, but it's not really bringing anything new to the table. It's literally Texas Chainsaw Massacre with a guy with a chainsaw, and he puts the girl around a dinner table. I mean, it's just their version of it. Not very original, but it was done extremely well, so that's why I gave it a 7. Okay, segment 7 is kind of a comical one. A guy comes back from the dead to take revenge on a couple. That's about all I can say about it. And this is where you get the title of After Midnight, because it breaks the fourth wall a lot. It seemed like they really tried on this. I didn't think the quality was as good as some of the other segments, but it had me laughing, and I did give this one a 7.5, just because it was very self-aware. Okay, which brings us to the last segment, and my favorite. Well, kind of tied with the first segment. This one is called Hazel Worm. A couple in the woods is trying to flee after the man got bit by some kind of creature, and he is slowly turning. That's about all I can say about that one without giving anything away. This was done extremely well. I was very impressed with the quality of Hazel Worm. It was also probably the longest segment, if I remember correctly. I gave that one an 8. Overall, I thought this was a really good anthology. I gave this one a 7.5. That's kind of what it averaged out to. It's definitely worth a watch. Like I said, if you don't like subtitles, you might want to stay away from this one. But if you can get by that, give it a shot. It's done extremely well. Like I said, Italian horror has really impressed me. Modern Italian horror. I kind of think it's going to become a resurgence. So, yeah. Another special thank you to Wild Eye. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.